YouTube family? It's Lorraine, Xena VSG Warrior Princess here, and I coming back at you and kind of consider this part 2 of the protein overhaul, and I guess maybe some food items. And I talked about some soups too. I have some broth soups and cream soups, and there were a couple other items that I actually had forgotten. I wanted to make sure that I let you know, because I tried a lot. So what I showed you, I tried all that stuff, of course, but then there was also things that I tried that I didn't like, and I failed to tell you what those were. So the other brands that I had tried, I went to GNC, and they have their own brand. It just says GNC. Oh, I've also tried the muscle milk stuff, even though it says lactose free. Don't like that. And I tried all of the those bullets that are come in a tube. Oh my God, I couldn't even stand the smell. Ugh. So I took the teeniest little taste, and it was almost like I might as well have just like regurgitated and vomited in my mouth. It was that disgusting. I even took the teeniest taste of all the different flavors. I know it's only like an ounce and a half. No thank you. I will work my way to a 20-ounce Isopure. Thank you very much. Anyway, okay. So I tried the whey protein, the bullets that come in a tube. I also tried the Oh Yeah brand of protein. It was too sweet for me. I don't know. One of them was cookies and cream or something. I don't know. Why in the world I thought maybe that would be good? I know, because the Quest bar cookies and cream is so damn good. Not even close. You know, you want that flavor of like biting into a cookie, a chocolate, you know, just like Oreos. Far from it. Okay, so the Oh Yeah, I didn't care for. The GNC's brand, not the Total Lean, but they have, you know, one of the ones that come in like the cartons, like the Premier Protein ones that I showed you. They're like 30, they were close to 35 grams of protein. Or 34. Not too bad. Kind of got hung up a little bit here. Tasty. I would recommend, you know, they're a little bit cheaper, but I tried the strawberry. It was pretty tasty. At least it tasted like strawberry. And of course I liked the vanilla. I think I only got the strawberry and the vanilla. I just didn't care about the chocolate, because a lot of times most of the chocolates just don't work for me. So, but I will say that and then I did try the Total Lean, and then I tried the orange cream in that. You know, all it tasted was like sweet to me. I really couldn't taste like an orange. You know, you really kind of want that creamsicle-y kind of flavor. Wasn't there. And the other, let's see, there was another one. Okay, well, I can't think of it on the top of my head, but from Quest, I forgot. I've tried the chips. Some people don't like them. Some people do. The only one that I like is the barbecue, because it does have a little bit of flavor to it. So if, you know, that would be the only one, and at least it's protein. So when we can actually eat stuff, it might be at least a good go-to snack. So those were pretty good. And so, yes, here is one of the Quest bars. I wanted to make sure that I showed you. Yeah, this is the cookies and cream. My favorite flavors are this one, the chocolate chip cookie dough, And I love the vanilla almond crunch, I think is what it is. I love the lemon cream pie. I love the berry bliss. I don't know, for some reason that reminds me of just having like a yogurt with granola and some berries. I don't know. You might not like it. And peanut butter supreme. And I loved peanut butter and jelly. You know, it was a go-to as a kid. Same thing as an adult. Best on grilled bread. But I'll take the Quest peanut butter and jelly as a good substitute. So, Quest bars. Some of them have 20 grams, some of them have 21 grams of protein. I think what's really great about these is how much fiber is in these. I think in the my previous video I mentioned there's anywhere from 17 to 19 grams. So anyway, I also picked up their pasta, the Quest pasta, the spaghetti, and the fettuccine, the spinach fettuccine. Voila. As far as content on these, there is no protein in these. It's almost kind of like if you really wanted to have pasta, this is probably going to be a good go-to for you. At least it's got 4 carbs, but it also has 4 grams of fiber. That's the fettuccine one, has that. The fettuccine has 20 calories and there's no fat. 10 milligrams of sodium. That's good. And then on the spaghetti, it's got 3 carbs, 3 fiber, 5 milligrams of sodium, hardly nothing, and then 10 calories, no fat. So, you know, and it has directions on here as far as how to prepare. However, I've seen something similar to like these, and I want to say that it was those, I think they call it like the yakitori kind of noodles. You can find, I know Whole Foods carries them, kind of in the produce section or where the tofu is. So I'm pretty sure these are probably similar, but these do say gluten-free. So I think that's one thing, you know, if you are gluten intolerant or anything like that, you may want to check the ones that are available in the grocery store. Publix carries them too. You know, I mean, that's our chain that's around here in Kroger. Usually Publix, they're also in the produce section where the tofu stuff is, and the alternative like tofurkey products, meatless products, not frozen. Now, the interesting thing is that even though it's gluten-free, this one is. You may want to check the other ones because I don't know the ingredients in that. I tried it once, it was okay. So, here's my thought. I said I love Thai food, and I love Japanese, Asian food, Asian cuisine. So, I want to share something with you that there are a couple of dressings that you would use on salad that I have found that I think are going to work, and I also would use them more to like cook with, more even like a marinade. So instead of really turning the spaghetti per se into just plain old pasta with tomato sauce, I'm going to try this plus this dressing. It's called miso ginger vinaigrette dressing. Now, I've tasted this, and it's made with sesame oil. Bolthouse Farms, they have these, this whole line of these dressings, and there's another one I'm going to show you. And there's only 40 calories in a serving. Usually, it's like 2 tablespoons is pretty much the serving. So this tastes like, have y'all ever had those cold noodle? The cold noodle, you know, that has like the sesame cold noodle is what it's usually called. This right here, all you got to do is dump these on the noodles. And there you have it. So let me give you the rundown on the skinny on the nutrition. We have 40 calories for 2 tablespoons, 1.5 grams of fat. None of it's saturated, no cholesterol. Sodium is 190. That's not too bad. There's only 5 carbs, 5 sugar, 0 protein. So this is pretty much, something that you could use. It's just even a little bit. It's got great strong flavor, and usually anything that has sesame oil in it does. So this would be a great alternative. And instead of knowing that there's no protein, this is where the unflavored protein comes in, and this is where I plan on having something like this. And then instead of Parmesan cheese, I'm going to throw that unflavored stuff on there and just mix it all in. At least I'm getting protein in with something that is soft, and and I'm guessing probably in a soft food stage I might be able to do something like this in just a small amount. So I think this is going to be great. The other dressing from Bolthouse, this has always been my favorite. Now these I've already been using beforehand, but I've just been coming up with some, how can I still maybe utilize some of the things that I have and that I like to still kind of carry those flavors into other preparations. My other favorite is this one. I have to say this has got to be, this can be addicting. This one is called cilantro avocado. I can just dump this on anything. And because it's got that creamy cilantro, this would probably really be good if you did like maybe on baking some fish. But this has, again, 40 calories for the 2 tablespoons, 3.5 grams of fat, 1 saturated, 210 sodium, 5 milligrams of cholesterol, 1 carb, 1 sugar. We at least get 1 gram of protein. So, but I think just to have a couple of tablespoons of just flavor is going to be good. And even if that means even if you bake the fish and then maybe just put a little bit on top just to give it some flavor, squeeze, since it's cilantro and avocado, squeeze a little lime on there. That would be pretty tasty. So these are some dressings that I found. There are others that are out there that have completely no sugar. These are 1 gram. I would much rather have the 1 gram and some really good flavor than that funky aftertaste, sweet underlying artificial sweetener. So, and the other thing is, I meant to show you also that most of you know that the almond milk that you find, that usually doesn't have any protein in it. But I found one from Whole Foods, and it's by So Delicious, which is dairy free, and this is almond. It's called Almond Plus, 5 times protein. Looks like this. So for 1 cup, it's only 70 calories. Of course, we're not going to be able to have a cup, but I'm thinking for doing like the smoothie, I can do almond milk, so that'll make it a little bit more rich, but I want to get the most bang for my buck for protein, my protein grams. So it would be great to be able to add something that does. So, there's no fiber, there's 8 carbs. It's low sodium, so it's 95 milligrams of sodium, 35 milligrams of potassium, 2 grams of fat, 8 sugar, and then 5 grams of protein. So the sugar does come from dried cane syrup. The protein source is pea protein and rice protein, just to give you a heads up on that. So, I don't know. I thought I would just try it ahead of time, see how it tastes. I have not tried this yet, so I'll let you know. And I wanted to also share some of the soups that I have found that I think, again, keep in mind, there's some protein in them, But obviously, you want to get the most bang for your bucks, and that's where the unflavored protein is going to come in. So I figure if I'm going to do soup, because I'm going to do clear liquid, and I need to get protein in, I'm going to do the unflavored protein. And I'm probably going to do the unjury because I know that particular protein is extremely clean protein. And what I mean by that is whether, you know, because it's like filtered, really good, high quality whey protein isolate, so it'll be really good on the digestive system. So I know that I told you like their soup, like the chicken soup is good. I think using the unflavored is probably going to be a great universal product to have on hand for myself, because I actually do love soup. So I found some of them are creamy, but I'm going to show you the ones that I found. Now remember, my aunt's coming, so she likes soup too. So she will probably do some of these that are a little bit creamy. I can't, y'all know I can't do the dairy thing, but sometimes I have a little bit, but I can't do like a full bowl of a creamed soup. I will be coughing and clearing my throat forever. Okay, so, excuse me. Here are the ones that I found. Now, I did get these, most of these from Whole Foods. Now, I did notice my local grocer did, which is Publix here, that's where I shop. And I also shop at Fresh Market. That's another place here that is really great. So, now, this one, obviously, because the brand is 365, is Thai-style chicken noodle. More than likely, I'm just going to strain out the bits, because actually I probably will save this one more for when I can do like pureed stuff, and I'll just throw the whole thing in the Vitamix and just blend it all up, and there you have it. It'll be pureed soup. So Thai style chicken noodle, you know, as far, and this is 100 calories per serving. And now, my nutritionist always said, keep everything, like your meals, keep them under 21 grams of carbs. Now, that's for me. That's through my nutritionist. Yours could obviously be something totally different. So, double check. But I'm going to let you know that on here, the carbs is 15. There's 1 fiber, 1 sugar, 7 grams of protein. But that's for 1 cup. Now, supposedly, you know, we're talking about maybe a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup eventually of eating any particular foods. So, Thai style chicken noodle. Let's see. Then I've got organic cashew carrot ginger bisque. There is, that was Pacific brand. Another, plus the Pacific was on sale, so these are the ones that I picked up. Santa Fe chicken soup. Doesn't that look yummy? Now, I love spice. I don't think I'm probably going to be able to do spice for a little bit, but, you know, I lived in the Southwest for quite a while. I've been in Georgia 14 years, but I've lived in New Mexico for a couple years, out in Albuquerque, and I also lived in Texas, in Fort Worth, Arlington, and San Antonio. So I love Mexican food. Other than Asian, Mexican. So who am I kidding? It's all good. Okay. And then we have roasted red pepper tomato bisque. That's probably going to be a little too much for me, too acidy. I have to watch some of that. So that's probably, I know my aunt likes this, so that's why I picked it up. Y'all are going to love my Aunt Judy. My Auntie Judy. And then there was also minestrone with chicken meatballs. There's only 19 carbs, 3 fiber, 3 sugar, 6 protein. So, and 140 calories, 3.5 grams of fat. Again, adding the unjury. What else? Got a couple of the large ones. Creamy portobello mushroom. This one only has 12 carbs. So some of them are really, really low, which is good. And this one's only 70 calories per serving. And all of these serving sizes, you are a cup, okay? Then, now this is the one that I'm looking forward to having for my clear liquids. Hopefully it's not too spicy, but I think I'm going to try it ahead of time and then go back and just pick up some more. I haven't tried it yet. This one's only 30 calories. Now this is Thai ginger flavor infused broth. It's broth, so there's no floaty stuff. I think this is going to be a winner. 30 calories, half a gram of fat, lots of sodium, 800 milligrams, 5 carbs, 5 sugar, and then there's no protein. So, it says to combine with your favorite meat and fresh vegetables, but I think this is going to be pretty darn tasty. Add some unflavored protein to that, and there you go. Okay, and creamy butternut squash. Yeah, they're all kind of close in the same profile, but this one happens to be light in sodium, and it is. It's only 280. The other one was, what, 800? Okay, and when I saw this, I was like, you know, I know this is actually going to be good because I've made something similar to this before, except that I had added cauliflower with carrot. So I used to use I used to do a lot of cooking. I love to cook, and this is the carrot almond. Now, I used to make carrot, cauliflower, and then I would use cashews. Cashews is a great nut to use, by the way. If those of you that are have dairy issues like I do, and you can't do creamed soups, if you want to turn a soup into something creamy and kind of more thick and add that thickness, but really that nice creamy velvety texture, throw in probably maybe 10 to a dozen cashews. I have a Vitamix, but I think that if you just did it in a regular blender, it might work too. Don't know. But I love my Vitamix, and I throw cashews. I put a little bit of the liquid in, and then I put the cashews to get that good blend, and then I pour that back into my Dutch oven. Okay, when I do a big thing of soup, and it just turns it into a nice creamy soup. So if you have dairy problems, that's a good alternative for you. I got all kinds of tips for alternative stuff. Like I said, I've done a lot of experimenting. Cooking is one of the things that I love to do. I love cooking for other people. When you're single and by yourself, like me, you end up with, it's hard to cook for one. So I just wanted to give that little tip for y'all, and I think that was all the soups that I have, and I just wanted to share those few things and the other things that I had tried from Quest. So I think the noodle thing, gives me some of my oriental flavors, and the Quest bars, the chips, I have to say I did try those peanut butter cups from Quest. They are, you would have to be like so just desperate of wanting like a Reese's peanut butter cup. I mean, I think I would, if I could, I know the sugar, if I could, and if it was the only thing left on the planet. Okay, so take a Quest, I'm sorry, but for those of you that like them, take a Quest peanut butter cup and a Reese's peanut butter cup. Have the Quest on a silver platter, clean and pristine. Have a Reese's that has been so you're on a deserted island, so to speak, and then you have the Reese's over here, and it's covered in dirt and mud. you would probably still prefer the taste of the one that's covered in dirt and mud. Shit, go to the ocean and rinse it off if you're on a deserted island, you know? Hey, saline cleans it, right? Anyway, I'm just telling you, save your money. I don't know. I mean, I don't even think I want to try to buy another one to experiment with it. You know, maybe put it in a microwave. I took a bite and I thought I started coughing. So I don't know. It's so dry. Dry. You know? So I would just say stick with the bars. I know it's supposed to be a go-to like a candy. It's still got a high profile of protein, but oh man, so disappointing. Okay, so I think that does it. I just wanted to do a little recap of my first video of my overhaul, and because I had forgotten some things, and I wanted to make sure that you knew some of these other things that I had picked up for myself specifically for surgery. So more than, you know, especially these soups and you know, these dressings, you know, stuff that I plan on when I hit the soft food stage, you know, when I do fish and stuff, to give stuff flavor, so it's not always something that's poached, mushy, with no flavor, you know, other than just fish. Although I love seafood, so love it. So anyway, I think that does it. Oh, and so far y'all have come up with some great questions for Auntie Judy. I have to tell you, she's going to be so thrilled to be able to answer all of those for all of you guys. So, and I wanted to kind of also just touch on the giveaway. So the giveaway is going to be personalized, so whoever's name is drawn will connect, okay? Because I want to personalize the gift for you and make sure that I learn a little bit about you from a personal side, and so that I can add some things to that, you know, just to kind of, you know, give you some little extra special touches and treats. So, oh, and speaking of Thai food, one more thing. I can't even believe I almost forgot this. Now, I'm off caffeine. Whew. Yeah, that was tough, but I did it gradual, so it wasn't too bad. I didn't, you know, pass out from withdrawal too bad. But now this is a black tea. Now, those of you that go to Asian restaurants, or especially Thai, they have this, you know, the Thai tea, you know, sometimes, and the bubble tea. I don't care for the bubble tea stuff, but I love the Thai tea. And of course, you know, it's super sweet, delicious, you know. Now, something that I've thought of is when you can drink some tea. Now, drinking this alone without putting anything in it is pretty darn tasty, I have to tell you. I guess it's because it's just the herbs and the stuff that's actually in here. It's good. Well, anyway, I picked this up from Cost Plus World Market. So World Market has this, and it was super duper cheap. So anyway, and it has 20 tea bags in here. I think it was on sale. I think I actually got it for like less than $2. So anyway, now usually in the restaurant, I think they actually use sweetened condensed milk is what I understand. I can't believe I was drinking that with all that sugar. But yeah, I would just give me something spicy so I can cut all the mucus, right? Anyway, I know, TMI. Okay, so with this tea, the almond milk, and I found this organic stevia, okay? This is actually it in a more of a raw form. I don't know if you can hear it, but it's got, I mean, I can feel it. It's more granule-like. than that really thick powder stuff like sweet leaf or any of that stuff. This is more of the whole stuff. And I think what Truvia is also. So I would put this to give it that sweet into the tea, and then add the almond milk to give it that creamy kind of texture. I think that would be rockin'. I'm gonna try that. Although, no, I better not. I'll try it a little later, but I think that's a great idea to do. If you're a Thai tea lover like me, when you go to the restaurant or something, this might be a way to go. Okay, that's it. God, I'm just looking at the timer. Time flies so fast. It is 30 minutes. You would think that I was going to keep this like 5 minutes just because of the stuff I forgot. But anyway, thank you all so much. Again, keep those questions coming for my Auntie Judy. Auntie Judy, she is coming tomorrow. I'm so excited. She's driving from Arkansas. Oh, by the way, and she has lived all over the world. So, if there's anything, she is a major traveler, so she probably can give you some really good tips for when you're traveling on how to manage, keeping yourself in check when you're traveling. So anyway, I love you all.